Hello, everybody.
Howdy, howdy, everybody. Good evening.
Good evening.
Lots of states represented this evening.
Yeah, I'm just going through the list. Holy cow.
I'm looking at the
hello from West Virginia.
Kentucky,
Michigan,
Canada.
What's that state over there?
Confusion?
Louisiana. What are you looking at me for?
Don't look over there. You're pointing over there. There's nothing over there. How y'all doing tonight? We are here again. Oh, look at that. That's interesting. Just noticed that if I put my mouse over the little plus sign, it pops up just for me, the actual message on the screen in big print. That's pretty neat.
That's pretty handy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where's the plus sign at?
Over the comments. If you pass over a comment, you'll see a plus sign with a magnifying glass. You don't have to click it. You just pass your mouse over it.
Oh, would you look at that?
That's pretty
I don't need my readers.
That's fancy.
How you all doing today? Welcome to the best laser live stream on the internet. Oh, there goes the air conditioner. Man, it's hot in here. It is 74 outside right now. I've got the air on 62. But
my gosh, it's like 29 here. I'm jealous.
Got to be the medication that I'm taking. But my thermometer says that it's 74 in here. but 93% humidity. So, I mean, that's the
Ooh,
that's the
That's
problem.
rough.
You can have it. I don't know. I don't do that.
that makes it feel like 102.
Yeah. So the humidifier is going. I know because I went around back to check the exhaust for the fume extractor when I was using the um, fiber laser earlier, and I could see a steady stream of water coming out the hose at the bottom of the building. So uh, the dehumidifier is going, and it's going next door too. But there's so many little cracks in this building, like where the roll up door is and things like that, that you just can't get away from it.
Yeah. Jimbo, it's 34 up here in Michigan.
What's up,
I saw
Kate?
somebody
Haven't saw
here
you for a while.
from Ann Arbor. I don't know where they're at temperature wise. They're down east side of the state.
I saw Jerry. Saw Dwayne.
Let's put
Yeah.
the comments on the screen while we're just chit chatting.
All right.
So
Can
tonight,
you rewind them?
huh?
Can you rewind them so I can see them all?
No, you can't rewind these.
Well, why not?
Well, let me see you do it.
But I want to see them.
No, those are live comments, so you only get I
Yeah.
think 15 something like that comments at a
Yeah,
time.
they scroll in
Being
real time.
fast.
Yeah, so it moves pretty quickly. But tonight we're going to do some new projects. Let's see. I'm doing some outlet covers. I did a video on it this past week. Patrick is doing some wooden spoons, and Jeremy, I didn't look at your file. What are you doing tonight?
Well, I went
Oh, yes,
back
I
and
did. Yes, I did look at it. Yep. Okay.
okay.
Jeremy went complicated.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I went back to the not so easy stuff.
Hey, Kenny.
But I did a perpetual calendar, and so these rings will move. Change your month, your day. Let's go back to the 8th. Go back to 8, and then you got your date, your day down here. So yeah, it's layered. It's pinched in there. It's got a couple of different layers to it. So a lot of little tiny pieces that get glued in between there. So I'm going to put one together tonight.
You know what's funny is
Not embarrass myself.
that just came up today. I'll send you guys a screenshot in Messenger. That just came up today. Is that every day that I go on to Facebook, I see these, mega bundles of files, and it seems like in
Yes.
every one of them, one of my files is the main file on the screen. One of my files from my store. In fact, it was my perpetual calendar from 2 years ago that was on the screenshot today, just today, scrolling through Facebook.
Really?
Yeah. So if you guys see these mega bundles, I've seen some that have had as many as 3 of my files pirated, on their advertisement where they have like 9 different files. I've seen as many as 3 of my own files that I've created that they've stolen from me that they're reselling. Yeah. Don't buy them because, it's stealing from other people. They're pirating these files and while you might get a great deal, you're taking money out of the pocket of the people that actually spent the time to create them. So stay away from those mega bundles, and also keep something else in mind. I saw one a couple of days ago on Facebook that had all of the Disney characters and all of the the Hulk and the what are they called? Marvel characters and things like all of that stuff is copywritten. So if you're not making that for yourself and you go online and try and make or sell some of those files, you'll get shut down in a heartbeat.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. I just went on was it just Google Images and looked up a bunch of stuff, and the perpetual calendars were on there, and so I took a couple that I liked with the rings in it, put it on my picture on my page here, and then I started designing what I wanted.
Yeah. Well, yours is different than mine. The one that I saw today is exactly like mine. So it was my exact file. As a matter of fact, I'll send it to you in Messenger. I did take a screenshot of it earlier today.
Okay. Yeah, I want to know what they're putting out there.
Yeah, so keep away from those mega bundles that they call them, because it's all pirated work. It's stealing from somebody who put a lot of time and effort into creating these files. Highway 70 says, looking forward to meeting Rich at the launch. You're going to meet Patrick too, and Leo, and Dimitri from Rolly Automation. So we're all
Cool.
going to be there on the 27th. Speaking of which,
Hey, you guys want to see my file real quick? I
okay,
just want to tell them about the project notes before I
okay,
forget. So if you don't have utensils, here are 3 utensils that you can cut out of plywood for yourself. They come with 3 different sayings, but if you go to the project notes, and I have it set to open um, whenever the file opens, just go to File, Show Notes, and you will see a huge list of sayings for utensils that you can just copy and paste right into your project, and then use whatever font you like, and you've got an instant utensil saying. So
cool.
that's my
Cool.
project. I just wanted to mention the notes.
The only comment that I would make is that if you're going to cut out those utensils yourself, use something like bamboo or a solid hardwood. Don't use plywood for that. As if you're actually going to use them, like my wife does.
Yeah, if you're going to
in
use
the
it.
kitchen, you don't want the glue and the filler in the middle of the plywood to get into your food. So, and
I would
then
say
I'm
just go to
just
the dollar store and
I'm
pick up
cut.
your utensils and engrave them
I'm
on those.
engraving and cutting out the one that says "Flipping Awesome," and I'm just going to hang that above my side of the bed.
I need to address this real quick. Unable to download the files tonight. So if you right click, a lot of people are having a lot of trouble with the new browsers because they're just, why did that come back up again? Because they're just automatically downloading them. So go check your downloads folder first if you think you're having trouble, because it's probably going to be in there. But if you right click on the link and select save link as, then you'll get to determine where that downloads to. So that makes life a little bit easier, because you know that you can download it to your Lightburn folder or whatever the case may be. But there shouldn't be any problem with the file. I downloaded it myself just to make sure. I've been doing that the last few times. It's always worked. The download has always worked. It's just that people are unfamiliar with the new way. It used to be you click the link and a little box appeared in the bottom left corner of your browser, and then it told you when it was done. Well, now it's all the way up at the top right, and it only flashes for a second. When the file's done, you may not see it.
Mhm.
So just go look
Yeah,
in your downloads
folks
folder.
are probably used to going to the browser or to the blog post or the page showing up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I accidentally
Just a
downloaded it
direct link.
today and it worked.
Yeah. So if you guys want to, underneath the broadcast, if you click on show more, that's where the file is located. You can download that file now and follow along with us on your own machine at home, and get started that way. It tells me that it can't download it securely. Well, I don't know what to tell you, because it is a secure link. So which
Kate, thank you very
Kate.
much.
Thank you, Kate. Much appreciated. Kate is one of our biggest sponsors, by the way. Which pop-up? Which? Well, they all should work, because it's all being downloaded from my website, or my website. So it is a secure website. It does have a certificate. So it's definitely some type of user error there.
He could have the security settings cranked
Or
all the way up, and
or your
it's not
security
allowing
settings
him.
are too high, and then you can always say download anyway. So
Yeah, if you go to your downloads tab, you probably have a keep option.
I got an update today when I restarted my computer, and the browser updated, and it took me like 20 minutes just to get through all the crap so I could get back to my regular browser.
really, I don't know. I never get those issues. Patrick,
Well, it
how
started-
is your brother doing?
screen?
Terry is asking.
Overall recovered. His ribs healed up great, and I think his scapula should be about healed. I don't remember if he has another X-ray or anything coming up for it, but he's about at the time frame where it should be good. I think he has a few more weeks of light duty.
Okay.
Thank you for asking.
Pop up. I don't know what to tell you. I just downloaded it with Chrome. So only thing I can say is, yeah, Andy's got a point. Maybe it's your antivirus or something like that. But it is a legit link. We do have a security key. So I missed Navigator.
Navigator.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if I missed that.
Netscape.
Yeah. Let's see. So tonight I am going to, I didn't talk about it. Let me show you real quick. I'm going to be doing these light switch covers that I did on my channel this week. So this one you're not going to see, so I'm going to put that off to the side there. But I did light switch and outlet covers. So this is the light switch. And this one is the, that was the outlet. This is the light switch cover. And these are done out of scratch acrylic. So they bend a little bit, but not so much where they don't work perfectly. This works perfectly. And this is 2 millimeter scratch acrylic, 2-color. And you can also use the Romark, and that comes in 2, 3, and I think even 4-color now. But I also did it out of 3 millimeter regular acrylic. So this is just my name. And then I did like a kid's room light switch, a spaceman standing on the Earth and leaning on Saturn. But these I did about 2 years ago. Didn't get much activity on that video. I think that video was about 2.5 years ago. I'll show you the other one real quick too. This is actually one of my favorites. So this is the on and off on yellow acrylic. But unfortunately, the camera doesn't capture this well. But it looks really good in person because all of the scroll work and everything is done in white, and it looks great. So that's what I'm going to be doing tonight. And I've put this into a Lightburn art library, as well as SVG files in case you don't use Lightburn. Let me show you real quick. So this is the library over here. You can see it's called outlet covers, and I did a bunch of different covers. So you can see there's the 2-gang outlet, and 2-gang switch, and 3-gang. You know, so I put in some little decorations here. This is the one that I was talking to you about, the on and off. So one of my favorites. And in here, all you have to do is pick the parts that you want. Like for instance, for this, I would need to have a light switch. So I just grab that light switch like that. I bring it into the work area. And then with that selected, I'll drag over this one and bullseye it. And that's really all there is to it. You don't need to cut it out or anything else. So that makes the perfect cutout, makes the perfect light switch. And I put in some other decor in here too. So if you wanted to, let's say, do a rocker switch instead of a regular up and down switch, you got that as well. And then I've got I have one of these in my house where I've got the switch and the plug in the same place in the garage. So kind of weird, but I figured I'd throw that in, being that I have one like that. But you have all the different parts are in here, and if you wanted to, you could take and bring something out, a little decoration, right? Go ahead and bullseye that, and then just grab the black and hold Control and stretch it out until you get it where you want, and there you got it decorated. So real easy stuff to do. You could also name the switches, so this switch might be, a garage 1 or something like that. You could put up here, so you can name what breaker they're on and so forth. There's so much you can do with these. They're a lot of fun, and I've already gotten some of the comments from people saying that, hey, those are not UL approved, UL listed. They have to be fireproof listed and all this kind of stuff, and that's just not true. So, uh, I mean,
Maybe
you
if you're
can go.
getting inspected.
You can, first off, that's only if you're building houses for a living that you need to have all of that. But anyway, if you go to Lowe's or Home Depot or any of the big box stores, you can find these made out of wood.
Yeah.
So, I mean, raw, plain wood. So that is not obviously UL approved. When we're talking about customizing your own home, and then I had a comment on the video where somebody said, well, you know what? If you had a fire in there, that would contribute to the fire. It's got to be fireproof to be installed. None of that's true. So you have to have an electrician do it. If you had an electrician doing it, the wiring, I would certainly hope that you wouldn't have a fire inside that box. And today's outlets are all mostly plug. You just force the wire in, and there's no way to get it out unless you release that switch. So, no real concerns about that. Use it at your own risk. It's not going to start a fire. There's never been a case of an outlet cover starting a fire. So, if a fire inspector comes in, determines that the fire happened inside the outlet, it was the outlet that was at fault. And I can tell you there are outlets that are out there that are 90, 100 years old, with aluminum wire that's wrapped in cloth that goes to a push button on rocker switch, that makes electrical contact behind the wall, and the house hasn't burned down yet. So
plastic burns unless you're using all metal outlet covers and switch covers. Then
the plastic's going to melt and catch on fire
too.
See
the difference.
Yeah. So and the big box stores are loaded. The cheap home builders, they buy those little 94-cent plastic covers. So I would say that 3mm acrylic would be much safer than that little thin plastic that's going to light up on fire and just melt away. So anyway, I don't know why I brought all that up. Just that people just love making these comments that be afraid, be very afraid of anything you do. And it's just not going to happen. So V is right. In small town America, a lot of them don't even do inspections anymore. Here where I live, they inspect everything. But Underwriters Laboratories is not a federal agency. A lot of people have that wrong. If something is UL listed and approved, it's UL listed and approved by a private company, just like CE. So there is no federal mandate that things have to be UL listed and approved. So there's just so much misinformation out there. But anyway, so that's what I'm doing tonight. And I'm starting to get LaserMATIC withdrawal because of my back, and I haven't been able to spend a whole lot of time out here. I still haven't gotten behind me cleaned up. And the LaserMATIC is still offline. All I have to do is take my exhaust vent and flip it over to point the other way so I can connect it to the extractor on that wall and clean up my workbench a little bit over there. But it's just been sitting idle behind me ever since I got this new Eon. And I mean, I love the Eon, but I'm just so used to using the LaserMATIC for everything. And I get different results, for engraving out of both of them. Now this RF gets incredible results, engraving, but just not the same as a diode. So I've personally always preferred a diode. Of course, I can't go 4,000 millimeters per second. What is that? A quarter of a million millimeters per minute? I can't do that on the Diode. I can do that on the Eon, the Mirror 5, but it's just an incredible amount of speed.
What is that in millimeters per dollar?
Millimeter.
Thanks, Rich. Appreciate it.
That's $10.
Thank you,
Thank
Richard.
you, Richard.
Cool.
Much appreciated.
Yeah, there's a new constant, dollars per millimeter per second.
Oh, so this is a good paying $15 per blank wood cover at the local hardware store. Yeah. So I went and I looked at the wood covers, and he's right. And I even put a screenshot of Lowe's, and I think it was $15.80 for one cover. And in fact, on the thumbnail for my video, I think I put something like how I saved $493 in light switch covers.
Well, here's the thing too. If you have a drafty home and you got a little bit of air coming in, like around your outlets, you can oversize those.
Yes.
And pinch them down good, and it'll help with that too. I mean,
Yeah,
I know they make those. They make the foam inserts for putting in behind the plastic ones. Those are going to catch fire too.
Yeah, if you make it a little larger, and then you just take and put some of that really thin stick-on foam around the edge, the really thin one. I mean, it's like 3/32, a little piece of sealing foam, and just seal it around the edge where it sits up against the wall. I mean, that's going to work perfectly. But you got to be careful when you got to check your measurements when you're doing this, because in a lot of houses, not my house, but in a lot of houses, in my last house, we had two light switches that were actually, the covers were cut to size because they were so close to the door. So this is where it would come in perfect, where you can make it the exact size that's going to fit in there where you didn't have to cut it down. So, okay, so let's come back over here to the comments before we get started. Thank God UL is a government agency. Yes, exactly. Well, the whole purpose of UL is not being, UL and CE is not being government agencies. So hopefully they're independent.
Well, their recommendations are being used and put on because they've been vetted, apparently.
Yeah.
Those will take them out.
Oh my gosh, how many cell phone chargers and cables and stuff are out there that are not UL approved?
Oh my gosh.
That's a bigger fire hazard than outlet covers.
Well, anything that you plug in that you buy from Amazon, is not going to be anything approved. Exactly. I mean, it's all coming from China. Walmart, Amazon, or even Home Depot and Lowe's. They're being filled up with all this Chinese stuff as well. And I always said to myself, I need to have 3-prong plugs. I feel more comfortable having a 3-prong plug, and you're seeing less and less of that nowadays because these are coming from China. So they don't have one large plug, one smaller plug, and a third ground prong. Let's see. Chubby 751. I'm going to be in town around 3 on the 27th. I guess you're coming to the event, and we do not. I appreciate that very much, but we will be all set up by the time of the event. Speaking of which, I meant to speak about this earlier. We had, in a couple hours' time, after I did the live stream, we had over 300 people apply to be in the studio audience, and we have room for 12. And out of those, I've burned through all of those 300 people, and we're still only up to 10 people that actually are coming. So I do still have 2 more seats, and I just want to state first that if you can be here in New Orleans, guaranteed, on the 27th, for the evening of the 27th, 6:30 p.m., I do have 2 more seats available. So if you can absolutely be here, I had 300 people after the announcement that applied, and I haven't even gotten the full dozen yet. So we've only got 10 confirmed. So I have 2 more spots. If you guys want to be there, I'm going to say, and if you're watching the the replay of this, probably don't bother, but send an email to the LA Hobby Guy at gmail.com now, and I'll get you in. So I got 2 more spots. So the first 2 people go in order by the way the emails come in. The first 2 people that actually send me an email and say that they can absolutely be here on the 27th, on the night of the 27th for the live stream, I'll send you back all of the instructions. And we do have, I showed Patrick, I think yesterday, we do have these swag bags coming along really well. Excuse me.
Yep, they're looking good.
So we have a nice material swag bag with the event logo on there, and we've got custom T-shirts and custom hats and custom knives and just a whole bunch of stuff in the swag bag for the people that are attending, so that they can remember it. I don't
cool.
know. Shubby751 is saying you did get my response correct. I don't know because I don't know your name. So I can tell you that if you post your name in here, just put your first name and last initial. I can tell you because I have the list of confirmed people right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we have 10 confirmed right now. And that's out of 300 people. What's that? Got what work off? Oh, okay. Well, all those links go to the same place, so I don't know why you had a problem with it. Yeah. Okay, so Kenny, I think you are coming, aren't you? Kenny Sims? Let me see. Yep,
Kenny is.
Yeah, Kenny Sims is confirmed, and we will have one to go container for Kenny.
Wow, are you going to auction it off?
No, we're not going to auction it off, but we are going to give away 2 Galvomatics that night.
Oh yeah. We should probably post that link to the giveaway in case people haven't entered.
Yeah, if you haven't entered, go to lahobbyguy.com/Galvomatic40, and you can enter now and every day until the live stream, and then we will have we will draw that on that night, and we will draw somebody from the actual live audience. Let's see, we got a question already. We haven't even gotten started yet. Lightburn overlapping letters. What's the best way to weld points? I put one over the other where the cursor changes, and I missed the rest of that question. Yeah, so you can, as far as welding the text, try. The way I usually do it is I select the text and I lower the horizontal spacing until everything overlaps. So that's the easiest way to do it. All right, let's hold off on the questions for right now. So yeah, okay, so it looks like I posted this. There we go with that funny looking graphic again. So you just need to, my website doesn't work except in secure mode. So just type lahobbyguy.com/Galvomatic40. And let's see, that one put that funny looking, it's sort of like a Jason mask or something.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm going to have to talk to them about that.
Everybody said last time that it showed up correct in the chat. It's just we were seeing it that way.
Is saying I emailed my request to be there. Fingers crossed. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is, for some reason, I've got something covering my entire screen here from Jeremy. I don't know why it's up there. HTL Customs. It's from that link is covering my screen. I don't know why. That is really weird. In fact, let me try and put something else up. Hide. There we go. Okay, that's better. I don't know why that happened.
It's
Okay,
like
so
last stream or stream before when a comment got stuck there.
yeah. So Jeannie, like I said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to check my email after the live stream tonight, and I'm going to reply to the first two people that have sent me an email requesting to come. So the only thing that I ask is that please only let me know if you can absolutely make it. We're going to have fun. We're going to have a pre-show meet and greet gathering. We'll have some snack food and coffee and drinks and things like that. Then we're going to have the live stream, and then we're going to have the after party after that. And we'll be serving my wife's famous gumbo as the entree for the after party. So you really want to be there. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, we're gonna have fun.
Okay, so you know what, guys? We're not even started yet. Where are we at here? 35
Yeah,
minutes,
I better get
36 minutes.
started.
I'm going to start up. How do you guys want to see this tonight? Do you want to see solid 3mm acrylic? Do you want to see wood? Do you want to see the scratch acrylic for my project anyway? Yes, Kenny, we know. Gumbo. What do you guys want to see me do this project as? And I do want to cover welding these items too, the graphics to the light switch covers too. So maybe I should do that
Laser
first.
gumbo.
Yeah, let me
I
do
like
that
the sound
first.
of that.
I'm gonna switch over and show you something here about welding. So you can take any graphic. So what I'll do is I'm going to take a basic cover right here, just a blank, like that. And I'll zoom in a little bit so you can see this better. So now I've got just the blank right here. And if I come to my art library and I come up here to my animals, and you could be like getting an animal online, for instance, any type of graphic. And let's just grab this gator. Okay. So now we've got the gator, and all I'm going to do is just going to shrink this down to about the size that I want for the light switch cover, something like that. Get it in the spot that I want, which is probably right about there. I'll just drag over both of them and get them perfectly aligned so that it's dead center, like that. And now all I have to do is select the gator. Okay, let me zoom in a little bit. I'm going to offset the gator by I think 0.2 was my favorite, so 0.02, like that. And I'm going to make sure outer shapes only. Select resulting objects, that's important. Round to match the roundness here, and outward. And I'm just going to say OK. So once I've done that, you'll see that it's still selected because we checked off select resulting objects. All I have to do is put that on the red. So now it's still selected and it's on the red. Okay. So I'm just going to hold shift and I'm going to drag across this one over here. And I'm just going to weld those two together. And that's it. It's done. So you see that? That's how easy it is to make your own custom ones. And I guess that's the whole point of me doing this, so that you can make your custom ones. And you can make this out of anything. And in fact, last year I made one for a friend with this graphic right here, and without the red line. This one's ready. And what I did was I just took and positioned it like right about there, like that, on a regular blank, and then welded them together. So if we come back to the outlet covers, the blank, and see, this is all I did right here. And I just welded these together, and I put the switch in the middle. So that's how easy this is to do. And I think that you're all going to have fun with these once you play around with it a little bit. So it doesn't take much to learn. So let's see what we got. Wood I see wood in there. Let me go back here and see. All right, so Robert says he wants to see it made out of wood. Another wood from Keith. What is scratch acrylic? Ed, excuse me, hang on. Getting over the flu. Scratch acrylic is an acrylic that's made from, it's got 3 different layers. It's 2 millimeters thick, and then there's a slight layer on top and a slight layer on the bottom. It's some color in the middle. This scratch acrylic I have is black in the middle, and it has like a stainless top and bottom. So when you scratch that stainless, which you're doing with the laser, you're scratching away the stainless look and leaving the black behind, and that's how you come up with, what did I do with them? With this. Yep. Okay, so that's let me put myself into full screen and go to a different camera where you can actually see it. That's how I come up with this. So that black is in the middle. See it? And then you have a silver finish on one side, silver finish on the other side, and when you engrave it, it turns black. So this is what scratch acrylic is. Okay, hope that answers that question. And I just dropped all of them on the ground. So I guess we will go with wood. Let me take a look around and see what I've got here. Oh, you know what? This would be cool too. I've got stone
But
as well. See this, guys? I've got stone. Check this out. Let me switch to my other camera. Here comes that rain again. This is actual stone. Now I did drop this one and step on it.
That's pretty cool.
This is really thinly cut stone. Pretty neat stuff. But I'll do the wood tonight. I'll find a piece of wood here. This comes in all different colors too. Okay, I've got some pre-painted blue 2 millimeter wood. We'll use this. Yeah. Yeah, you can use it on any laser. Yep. You can't put the power up too high though, or else you'll cut right through it. So you have to use low power, high speed. Let me get rid of some of these magnets in here. I should probably switch over to.
Can you guys hear background noise from me?
I'm sure you hear it from me. That rain's coming down hard. So we'll go ahead and get set up.
You're welcome for the tile stand.
Good. I think that looks good. Now I'm going to get some noise.
All right, now how's the Now, folks in chat, how's the background noise? For some reason, my settings got changed again. Always getting changed.
Well, you're going to get a lot of background noise from me tonight because it is pouring down rain, and I'm in a metal building, so I can hardly hear what's going on right now.
Okay, good. No more squeak. That's what I was wanting.
All right, so let me come back and actually design something. Should I use this one right here that I've got already? Make another one of these? I guess I could. Why not? We'll do a geometric cat. So I do have to bring out the light switch. Let me find that.
Rich, Shubby has replied with his name so that you can cross-reference him against your confirmed list.
Okay. What's the name? And I'll take a quick look.
Michael S.
Yes. Yes. Shubby, I got you. 75. Yep. You're in there. All right. Back to the project. So the only thing I've got here, let me just show you real quick when I welded these together. Got that one little piece that I'm going to take out right there. So I'm just going to do a little quick note edit, and then this will be ready to go. Oh, actually, I need to stay in Lightburn. All right. Actually, it doesn't have a note edit. I'm just going to delete that one shape. Okay, there we go. So now I can select everything and group it, and it's ready to run. I just have to set my speed and my power. I'm using the Eon Mira 5, the RF laser tonight. I don't know if I did I did do best with
LaserMATIC's currently running the line after fill on that engrave, and then it's going to do an outline of the utensils in offset fill mode, then cut them out.
Okay, I don't know what this looks awfully hot. Just checking my settings here. Even though I got this from the library, 1400 millimeters per second and 65 seems pretty high. I'm just going to leave it alone, see what happens. I can always run a second one. All right, I'm going to figure out where this is. I'm going to put this right about there, I guess. Just going to run a frame.
Ron, offset fill runs it to the shape of your vector. So it's running the outline of that in the shape and slowly filling it in. Basically, like running circles and then Smaller circle to smaller circle.
You know, I don't know if I got to run a quick focus. So I'm not sure if the.
But by using offset fill, it shaves a lot of time off the engrave for doing those borders and outlines like that.
Okay, so that looks good. I'm just going to hit start and see what happens, I guess.
I think that's in focus line.
Yeah, those settings are a little high.
I'm using 6mm birch plywood because these aren't going to be used. Just a decorative piece. And I decided to use 6mm so they have a little more thickness and approximate an actual real utensil.
Uh-oh, here comes the thunder and lightning. And if I go offline, you guys just keep going.
Who are you talking to? That's doing an offset fill engraved.
Wow, that rain is really coming down hard. But when you're using that 6mm wood, it's always a good idea to do multiple passes. You get less charring, especially on a project like this. And my settings are definitely too high. I have to look at those settings again.
Those out of the Eon library?
No, I don't know they have one. This is a library
I didn't know if they did.
No, I've been building my own library.
Gotcha.
I'm doing all the testing, little by little, doing a B-roll video, and I'll put that all together in a review. This is one exceptional laser, I can tell you that. Bespoke Lasers. Good evening. We're all doing well, thank you. One thing I have to say that I do really like about this Eon is that it is fully enclosed inside. So there are no parts that are exposed. And I can just grab that lens, pull it out because it's magnetic, clean it. In under 30 seconds, I can clean the lens and pop it right back in again. So after every night, every time that I use it, I just pop it out and clean it, pop it right back in. The mirrors, same way. You push in and twist, and it comes out. And clean the mirror, put it back in, push in and twist to lock it, and there's no alignment necessary. And I am really liking this RF tube. I could have been doing this much faster. I can go up to 4,500 millimeters a second. But I'm just trying to get a library where there isn't too much overscanning. That's why I think I set this one at 1,400. in order to use the entire bed, you know, you got to look out for that overscanning. So there is a good question. Ariel Alvarez says, as far as maintenance goes, how often do you clean your machines in order to keep them running smoothly? I do it pretty much at the end of every day. If I'm using a machine during the day, I'll just go through and do some basic cleaning on it. And once a month, I'll do a deep clean.
David, or Drake David, that is. Yes, I can do a video on that.
So David was asking, will you do a video on how to make a template with multiple vectors for a tumble wrap? Yeah, that's an easy one. In fact, he's done that before. And we're about finished with the engrave on mine. Just a little bit more, and V says that she's done a lot less cleaning using Jeremy's filter. Yes, I've got it on. I've got a version of it on my lasers now too.
So it does help.
All right, here comes my cut, and yes, it is a little too hot. I need to slow that down quite a bit. I mean, lower the power. But it's going to do the job for tonight's video anyway. And there we go. All set. I'm going to give that just a minute to clear out the smoke. And I am using the Filter Box Micro smoke extractor, so this is not venting to the outdoors. You cannot smell a thing inside here.
Does it just have one charcoal filter in it, or more than one?
No, there are 3 different filter boxes inside of it.
Right. I'm assuming the last stage is probably the charcoal.
Oh, yeah, there's one charcoal. Yeah, you're right. Oh. Hang on one second. Okay, go ahead. Never mind. Go ahead. Go ahead. Answer the question. It's a nice little project. Okay, let me go full screen now, and we can hear you. I'm going to bring up the other camera. This is my final project right here, and this was done.
That's very cool.
This was done on the Eon 40-watt RF. It's a real nice machine. Makes really nice cuts. This one was a little bit hot, but still came out perfect. So that's how easy this is to do with these templates that I've made for you. I kind of like that cat. Cats are cool. People love cats. You do have to remember that you have to have that space off on the side of the wall.
I want to make one with a Glock now.
So, Jeremy, everybody can hear you.
Put it here in my basement.
They can. If we can hear you, they can hear you. V is going to make some light switch covers for the kids' rooms. Cool. I've got, I don't know if I think I included the dinosaur. Let me see real quick. Go back over to Lightburn, to my art library. No, I didn't. If you shoot me an email, I can send you a couple of. You can do it yourself. It doesn't really matter, but I did do a dinosaur, and I did a gator, and I did a few different things.
All right. You can't hear Jeremy. Can you hear me? You can neither see nor hear Jeremy.
Jeremy is in the stream, and he does have a full signal. Try reloading the page. Refresh the page that you're watching from.
Jeremy, you might want to refresh your page too.
Yeah, Jeremy, why don't you leave the studio and come back?
Or just hit refresh on your browser. That'll sync it back up.
Now I can't see or hear Jeremy. But the rain has calmed down. So, okay, there he is. He's back again. Yeah, I'm echoing because I have my volume up really high because of the rain.
So can you hear me and see me now?
I can. He's back.
My project's done.
Huh, that's weird. We didn't know I was gone.
Okay, it looks like you're back. Jeffrey says that you're back.
Okay. Do I have to run that whole thing over again?
Jerry says you're back. Everybody says you're back. And here comes Patrick.
Yep, there's one spoon. That is the 6mm.
That looks cool.
Stirring up trouble. Grandma's secret weapon. Yeah, because she might paddle you with it. And my favorite, flipping awesome. So there you go.
And these
are 3 starter projects.
These are decorators.
More stains in the project notes.
Remember that those are decorators. So if you're going to do it, use
these are
solid hardwood. All right.
Well, and they're not the actual scale that you'd want to use. These aren't.
Yeah.
If you really want to make bigger ones, you probably want to scale them up to be at least 12 inches tall.
Okay. Chubby is asking for a link to the air filter system. Okay. I redesigned my own, but Jeremy has his. First off, it's for a LaserMATIC, so you have to have a LaserMATIC.
Are they talking about your shop filter?
My shop.
Yeah. What filter?
Oh, the Pat Technologies. I don't have a link offhand, but it is the. I'm using the Micro. It's by Pat Technologies. Let me see if I can grab one real quick. I'll look it up online.
Yeah, cheap bamboo utensils at Dollar Tree. I like getting them there. I almost stopped by to see if they had some cheap metal stainless utensils to mark up, but I didn't have time.
Okay, so the link is. Let me copy it and put it in here. Let's see. filtrabox.com. And it's got the Jason mask in there. But these things, I have 4 of these now, and I no longer exhaust to the outside because I've been testing them for, I don't know, about 5 months now. So these filters are just incredible. I mean, I've done all kinds of stinky stuff. The scratch acrylic is really stinky when it's being cut. Any type of acrylic is really bad for you. You don't even have to smell a hint of it inside the shop. when you're using this air filter. What I really like about it, it's got an onboard computer. The first time you turn it on, it tunes itself to your laser. So you'll hear it going up and down and, you know, making weird noises, and all of a sudden it'll stabilize, and that means that you've got just the perfect amount of air extraction where nothing is going to escape from any of the cracks. So really impressive air scrubber. And I've got one in the shop next door, one in here, and two over in the other shop. Chubby says he wants to do markets and he needs one. More important about doing markets is making sure that it's legal. Make sure you check with local code enforcement and find out what you need to have in order to do it legally. Starting
Our
at
Chamber of
2000,
Commerce begs me to bring my laser.
I don't think it's starting at 2000. I think the micro that I have here is about 1400. The best size is the micro, Ernie. That's the smallest one.
Yeah, micro starting at 1995.
Oh, is it 1995?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. So that's, geez, I didn't realize they were that expensive. I didn't pay for these. They sent them to me for free. But I got to tell you that they work. I mean, this one here has gotten lots and lots of use. I'm probably going on about 100 hours with this right now, and that's doing a lot of acrylic and things like that. And I opened it up last week and took a look, and the filters aren't even dirty yet. So I don't know how long it's going to last, but before I have to change the filter. Jeffrey, he says that he vents to the outside and has two inline fans with one diode and one CO2, and I still get smoke. The inline fan.
How long have you had the fans running before you've taken them apart and cleaned the fan blades? Because those will get gummed up and they won't pull any air out. Mine went for a year, and I cleaned them before I moved everything over here, and oh my word, it's like brand new again.
Yeah, and another thing too, you don't want to have two inline fans. So you want to have one inline fan. It should be as close to the actual exhaust as possible to build the most pressure, as close to the vent to the outdoors as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Uncle Ron is saying, do the filters need to be cleaned or replaced? These get replaced. So I haven't gotten that far yet, but I did watch a video online about somebody that said something about cleaning it, and for over 2 years, he used a reverse blower on it, like a leaf blower, and cleaned them out that way, and it worked fine. He didn't replace his filters for 2 years. So, and that was an everyday shop. Yeah, so Jeffrey's saying that he's replaced one because of gunk. Yeah, typically on most of these inline fans, you're going to have a bracket around the middle. You can take that bracket off and it comes apart, and you can degrease the fan and the inside parts, and that'll cut down on the resistance. You shouldn't have to replace it unless you're using it 8 hours a day, and a year goes by and it's starting to slow down or whatever. But as far as fume extraction, I want to just make sure everybody knows that if you can smell it, it's bad for you, period. Mm-hmm. You only have one set of lungs. And I know lots of people say they love the smell of burning wood and everything else. And I don't. Even on a fire pit in the winter out in the backyard, I'll sit far enough away on the opposite side of the wind blowing so I don't smell that the wood burning.
Any idea how much the replacement filters are? I don't know.
I didn't even know the price of the machine until somebody looked it up just now. Hey, John. John's joining us from Tripod's Garage.
What's up, John?
I have one inline coming. Oh, okay. So let's see. I have one inline coming off each laser going to blast gates and then to a wide fitting. Yeah, so that's probably the best thing to do. I'd want to have that fan as close to the exhaust as possible, though. So
Yeah. I would, just go down to one fan and put it near the exhaust, and then have your Y at the lasers.
Yeah. So like what I have here in that corner of the shop over there, this far from the actual outdoor port is where my exhaust is, and on this one, it's mounted on the wall right next to the corner where it exhausts to the outside in the front. So you want to be as close to the exhaust as possible, not the laser. So you put the fan as close to the exhaust as possible, then run your ducting from there. If you can run smooth, tin pipes, that's the best way to go. But need enough. So you do also need enough CFMs for the inline fans too. The newest one that I just got is 205 CFMs, and it works absolutely perfect on a about a 15-foot run. I don't know what a SA laser is. You guys ever heard of SA?
Nope.
It's a CO2, is pretty much, I don't know what your question is, but if you have a question on it, they're pretty much all very similar.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Someone mentioned Jeremy's filter. Is that different from the link you put up? Yeah. Jeremy's filter is only for a LaserMATIC. So it's a 3D printed filter that you just take and put a filter inside of it. It clips onto the top of the LaserMATIC.
Yeah, it's actually for the laser module. So it filters the air before it gets to the fan that blows the air across the laser module to cool it.
Yeah. Here, Jeremy's going to show you. Hang on a second.
Yeah. So this is the module. And then this is just a quick fit. It just slips on there just like that. And once it's all on the machine, it's not going to move back and forth. It's pretty snug. And then this one, it just sits on and screws down. And I made it now so that it doesn't interfere with taking it off. So this can stay on the whole time if you didn't take it off and clean the lens and stuff. But yeah, if you want to find it, it's on my website. Go to Laser Makers Realm. Go to HTL Customs, West Michigan Makers Guild. There's pinned comments with all the links to that to get to all of them. And I've got them for, this is the Gen 1. It's got the flat top on it. The Gen 2s have the little bump ups on them. And that's what this is for. You can see the little cutouts in there, and they snap down on top of the bump outs. Just put your filters on there. This one's already cut out for the Gen 2s as well, so it'll fit on the Gen 1 and the Gen 2. And you'll notice the difference in the size of the filter, the square one and then the rectangle one. So I cut all the filter material on the LaserMATIC, and this is what it sucked out today cutting. This all that dirt that did not go down inside the fan.
So San Antonio based laser. Is that Laguna? Laser? Is that what used to be Laguna?
Okay, I know what you're talking about now, I think. I've heard them guys. I've heard of them.
Yeah, San Antonio Laser. I'm familiar with them.
John is currently designing a reducer to 3D print for CO2 laser that he's working on. I actually did my own design. Mine's circular on top of the LaserMATIC. You'll get to see that on the 27th live stream for the launch of the Galvamatic, because we'll be talking about the other machines. So you'll get to see my version of it there. One thing that's cool is that you can cut these air filters out with the laser too, so that they're a perfect fit.
Yep. I did mine square because I don't have any waste. You do the round ones and you have waste.
Okay, I am going to I have to adjust my my back brace and stretch out for a minute. So I'm going to step out for a couple of minutes, guys. Patrick, you want to keep an eye on the comments?
Yep, I got them.
Okay.
V Swan, channel member. Got a star there. Very cool. Have we had any
Hey.
other channel members?
I'm gonna show a
Those
little
of
bit
you
of.
that are channel members.
I'm gonna show a little bit of glue on mine here.
Ed's round and it's got no waist. That's funny.
So I know the numbers are backwards, but I did that just to line this up. So basically, when you do my project, these little spaces in between, you just glue they're all in the thing, all these little blocks and stuff. And then down here, basically what that does is it stops them from swinging and blocking in so you can spin them easy. So then when you go to put those in.
That was hilarious. Thanks for that, Ed.
They fit in there. No, they're not lined up, but they fit in the windows now. So, and then I got to
What is that?
I got to put one more on the top and around the outside, and then I'll glue it all together. Show up to you guys when it's done.
Glue, baby, glue. Are you using super glue?
I am using Tight
This
Bond
evening? Quick set. Quick and thick. There's a joke in there somewhere, Ed.
A little dab will do ya. Barney.
Hey, I'm going to show you guys what I'm working on for my next video. My volume got real loud. My goodness. So this is acrylic that is 3D engraved, and that's the pirate that was on the slate from last week. As soon as it decides to focus again. So you can see how deep that is. So that's the same pirate that's on this piece of slate. So my next video will be 3D engraving acrylic with CO2 galvo. I'll be uploading soon. I got to finish it up. I've been working too much and didn't get any videos put out last week. No, Ed, it doesn't melt. I've got my settings pretty much perfected for this 30-watt CO2 galvo. That acrylic was done on a CO2 galvo. Slate was done on the fiber laser. Ron has been using thin double-sided sign tape instead of glue. The laser cuts through it well. Probably costs a bit more, but no mess. Yeah, that'd definitely be easier.
Okay, guys, sorry about that. I'm back. I just need to, every once in a while, adjust this back brace so I can keep sitting here. So I just wanted to remind everybody real quick that we do have channel memberships here. So if you look down below the video, you can sign up to be a member. I think it's only, what, $4 a month, Patrick, something like that. And it's a great way to support the channel because we do use a lot of supplies, all of the channel membership money, as well as any of the super chats that you send during the video, they all go to Patrick and Jeremy so that they can buy more supplies so that we can keep this channel going. I don't think most people realize, but it costs us about a couple $1,000s a year to actually run this live stream every week. So what is that, like, 50 cents a day? Not even a half a cup of coffee.
Yeah,
and we have free files every week. Go ahead, Jeremy. Sorry.
I said my plywood just came in this week. I had 4 sheets left to do this project for this week.
Mm-hmm.
That piece of acrylic took maybe 10 minutes, and it cut it out too. The diameter of the business card jig.
The low profile filter is still showing out of stock, Jeremy. Any idea when it'll be available again?
Well, it depends on what color. I'm waiting on some filament. So I've got black and orange. The black just came, so I can put the black back in if that's what color you're looking for. I was having issues with my 3D printer. That's why I kind of took what I had laying here and just put that in stock, and then I put the STL file on the website. So if you have a printer, you can print your own.
V, the star means that you're a channel member.
12 by 12 is what these are cut out of. So it's 12 inches.
Show that again, Patrick, because couldn't see it. Oh, okay, the jig.
The jigs fit a 12 by 12 piece of plywood.
Yeah.
And I use a 6 millimeter on the bottom and a 3 on the top.
Cool. I still don't have a rotary to do that with. So with memberships, do you guys share all the settings for your type of materials? No, we do what we're doing right now. We share all the files. So you get more in files every month than that's, $4 is nothing. You get,
I'll share my libraries.
Three files
Patreon,
per live stream.
Yep.
Yeah. 3
You
files
basically
per
get the library for the LaserMATIC when you buy it anyways.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Libraries are only a starting point. Welcome, Dwayne. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Libraries are only a starting point. If you heard me say earlier, I'm creating the library for this Eon, the Mirror 5. And I'm guessing that I probably could go to Eon and get a library, but it's not gonna relate to me. So I'm just gonna do my own library as I go.
Jerry's got the filter replacement costs.
$280 for the carbon filter, $184 for the HEPA filter, $112 for the micro pre-filter. Okay. So that is the cost. Like I said earlier, I have some person that I know actually has one of these that they bought, and they used it for almost 2 years on the same filters. $4 is only one egg nowadays. Well, I don't know who said kill all the chickens. I mean, that's something that I want.
A gallon of gas is now cheaper than a dozen eggs.
It's crazy. Not for me. Our eggs come from a local supplier, straight from the chicken.
Yep.
So, but who said to kill all the chickens? What was that? The bird flu thing or something? What did they kill, like 1 million chickens around the world? Crazy.
Government trying to tell us how we can eat our food.
Crazy stuff. I mean, we live in crazy times today. I mean, just kill all the chickens is a way to prevent bird flu. I don't know.
Hopefully they'll take that attitude with people flu.
Exactly. In fact, I just got over the flu, as a matter of fact. It sent me to the hospital last week. I've been to the hospital more times than I can count, and I'm going back on April the 3rd for my next, hopefully, final back surgery, where they can redo everything in the lower lumbar section and get all of that fused and plated together. And I hope that's going to solve the issue, because I really only have about an hour and a half of productive time during the day nowadays, just because of all the pain.
Oh, that stinks.
Yeah. What's even worse is that just to tolerate it until my next trip. My wife is overseas. She's coming back Monday. But I had to postpone the surgery until April 3rd. And of course, we have the LaserMATIC launch coming up. Jerry says, my wife will send you a dozen free eggs if you let me come to the... I'm going to check my email after the live stream, and I'm going to look. Like I said, we still have those 2 open seats, and I've gone through 300 applicants already, and everybody that said they wanted to come, and very few people have confirmed.
Not once did I have a chicken come to my pharmacy to get a bird flu vaccine this year. Not one time.
Let's see. How much would a used LaserMATIC 30 watt with rotary go for? Neighbor has one and is taking offers on it. I don't know. If I were to sell it, a used 30 watt with the rotary, was that an XW? I don't know if it was or not. But even so, even if it's a regular one, I would say that, $900 to $1,000 would probably be a good price. Rick is saying that he had 2 of his discs fused in December. Yeah. I had, how many? 4, I think, fused a couple of months ago, and that failed. The 2 below it actually, I guess, took up the stress, and they failed. So now they're taking all of those rods and stuff out, and they ordered new plates instead, and they're just going to fuse the entire lumbar section. Not looking forward to that. That wasn't a fun recovery. I spent 3 days in the hospital, if you can imagine.
Okay, mine's done. It's all put together.
1 second. So every time I home my machine, the position always shows -794, -394 instead of 00. So you don't have your device settings set up properly there. You have to go into your device settings. You have to put in there what the manufacturer shows. You probably have the wrong origin. And I don't know how you get to those -794 numbers, but remove that device from this is the easiest way. I could give you the code to reset it, but the easiest way is to remove the device and add a new device that has the proper settings, the X, the Y, the home position, the 00, whether it's bottom left, top right, whatever. That's probably the easiest thing to do there is just to reinstall the device with the manufacturer settings. Sorry, Jeremy, go ahead.
Oh, it's just this. It's all done, put together.
Cool.
They spin. So you're going to get a bunch of little pieces. Well, these ones came out of the front holes here. And then I got a bunch of different size, just odds and ends. And basically I just, I don't glue the little runner strips to the back side, only to the front. And then I put all these little blocks like in this part here and over here, couple down through here and a couple over here and here just to hold it together. And then this holds the bottom together. That way these will all spin and you're not worried about getting glue stuck to that runner when you pinch it together and you can't clean it. So that's why there's a bunch of little extra bits and bobbles there just to glue in for the spacers so that it lets it spin. That's it.
Very nice. Very nice.
I don't know why my phone. Oh, because I did the screenshot somewhere else. Never mind. I was going to show you the screenshot of mine, but I did my perpetual calendar a little different. I ran channels so that it didn't need any type of supports, but completely different version of it. My OhmTech Polar just started grinding when doing a frame. Not sure where to start on this one. I'm using my Rolly. If it's grinding, you could have some debris caught in the belt.
Mm-hmm.
It could be a bad belt. You could have some broken teeth. I don't know. I haven't heard of that one before. But remember, that's a GUI machine anyway. So you could always contact GUI support. They'll probably be much better than OhmTech support.
Yeah,
Pop
clean
Pop
your rails.
says he feels for me. His failed surgery was 20 plus years ago, and they want to do more surgery. I'm out of the wheelchair, so I don't want to risk it again. I hear you, but I've got this one pain that goes down from my lower back through my hip and down my leg to my kneecap. That's just it's suffrage, you know. I mean, I suffer with it. I'm taking these oxycodones, 10 milligram. I think that's pretty high, right, Patrick? 10 milligram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many times? Yeah, it depends on how many times a day you're taking them.
3 times a day. So they get the prescription that I've got is for 6 hours, 4 times a day. They gave me a big, huge bottle of them, but I'm taking usually twice or 3 times a day.
That's not bad. I mean, it's middle upper.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. He paid $1,600 for all LaserMATIC 30 regular and rotary. So 9 to 1,000 would be what it's worth. Yeah, I mean, it's easily worth 900 to 1,000.
Yeah,
Jerry. I mean, it's
sounds
probably worth
reasonable to me.
12 or 1,300. You know, if you only used it.
Start there and go for the haggle. I mean, that's the fun part about
Yeah.
that. Meet in the middle somewhere if he needs more. I did that for my daughter when we bought her first car a few months ago, and she got in the car after we paid the people for it, and she looked at me and she goes, "That was amazing! How did you do that?"
Jeffrey says that he'll be flying in. Okay, I think you sent me an email saying that you're staying at the recommended hotel. That is a nice hotel, by the way. It's probably the only one that I would recommend on the West Bank of New Orleans because there are not too many really good motels here. In fact, there was a movie that was made at one of the motels here on the West Bank a few years back. Popular actor. I'm not good with actors' names, but he was selling drugs for people with AIDS in the movie, and they filmed it at a local motel over here.
Is that 8-story tall one that's all marble? What's that one?
No.
I stayed at that one a few years ago.
The round one?
No, it's down by Bourbon Street.
Oh, no, that's not on the West Bank. Yeah, no, that's
okay.
in the city. So have any of y'all tackled mandala layered wood wall art? Yeah, I have.
Not me.
Quite a few mandalas. In fact, I'm going to show you one. I'll get you one and show you right now that is one of my favorites.
Shady motel that supplies guests. That's funny. I'm sure there's a few of those.
So this has been on my to-do list for quite a while now. And here it is. It's a Taurus. Well, maybe you might want to see the other side. It is my birth sign, Taurus. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers. There's a secret compartment in the middle here that pops out. You can hide some money or cocaine or whatever you want in the middle. But I did this with a hammered finish, and I'm doing a whole series of these. And on the backside, you can see that I am signing and numbering them. So these will be available sometime this year because I'm going to finish this project. I've got a mandala for every zodiac sign that there is. This is my Taurus one right here. And I'm going to be doing an auction on eBay. So probably, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 layers. That is. Yeah, 6 layers thick. So I'll be doing. I want
a 7-layer one for my Zodiac, please.
I'll be doing an auction on eBay, and I'm hoping that they'll bring some good money. Highway 70 says that he's flying in, renting a car, and staying about 20 minutes away. Okay, if you can, you might want to stay at the hotel because it is the recommended hotel, the Best Western something. But it's an upscale Best Western, and they have the greatest catfish restaurant there on site. They've got all types of amenities. It's an upscale hotel at a reasonable price.
Nice.
Let's see. Ray says he has a Creality Falcon 2 Pro. Came with a gauge to move the laser up and down. Gauge is 1 to 3, 3 to 6. If I'm not cutting, do I just use the 1 to 3 millimeter option? Yes. If you're engraving, you should be using the top part of it to focus. Kevin says that may seem silly to some, but going to ask anyway, when cleaning your machine, do you lubricate the drag chain or think there'd be a reason to? No, I don't lubricate drag chains.
I just give it a shot with the Dawn Power Wash and wipe it down. That's all I do with it.
Yeah. Bell is asking what event that we're talking about. We're actually doing the launch of the LaserMATIC 40 on the 27th of this month, the live stream. It's already posted to my channel. It's already posted to Patrick's channel. It's already posted to the LMR. You can go over there and click get notified and set the bell notification so that you get the notification for it. But we're going to have a live studio audience, and we're doing the launch of the LaserMATIC 40. Like I said, Leo, the owner and head engineer for Rolly Automation, is going to be here from China. Dimitri, technician from Rolly Automation, is going to be here from Canada. Patrick's going to be here from West Virginia, and we're going to have a studio audience in the other shop.
We're going to have fun.
So make sure if you do, I would not lube a drag chain at all because it's a drag chain. It's designed to do what it's designed to do. So if you're going to use lube, I like to use, and a lot of people disagree with me on this. I don't really know why, but I'm going to show you what I use.
Just because it's fun to disagree with you.
This is what I use. I use CRC dielectric grease. And that's it. I have a bigger one, like a pump style, in the other shop that I've had for 2.5 years, and I grease all the time. So this lasts for a very long time. And I got this one for this machine over here in this shop, and that machine and that machine. The best thing about dielectric grease is that, number one, it's a good grease to begin with. And number two, if you happen to get anything on the electrical connectors or anything like that, it's non-conductive. So it's safe to put it right directly on a control board. You won't have any issues with it. West Virginia, what a trip. Yeah, he's got to go through a little tiny airport to get out of West Virginia. Thanks for joining us, Ernie. Yep. Shelby is staying at the Marriott 5 West Bank Expressway. That is that round hotel that I talked about earlier. Oh, no, that's a different one. Yeah, that's a different one. That's a new one, actually. Yeah, that's not too far away.
He said he's driving so he can take his laser home.
Yeah, nobody will be taking one home. This is the launch for the pre-order of the laser, so they're not going to be available for sale. The pre-order launch will start that night. So if you want to buy one, you'll get to see the machine. You'll get to see the final version of the machine. You'll see it work. Maybe hear some opinions from some of the studio audience members. We'll talk about all of the capabilities along with some new things that we can't talk about right now that will absolutely special announcements. We have 2 special announcements that will blow your mind. But this is a revolutionary new machine. It's never been done before. An XY Galvo diode. There's no such thing. So you have a lot of these little Galvos that do a little 110 millimeter space or something like that. But nothing that's a full laser bed, and If it comes from Rolly Automation, you know that it's top quality.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, guys, we're at 1 hour and 40 minutes. We're about 10 minutes over our normal. We're about 10 minutes over our normal live stream time, hour and a half.
Normal
So
90 minutes.
We're going to do a last call for Q&A. And we will have one more live stream, by the way, before the launch of the Galvomatic. So, but you can go over to my channel, or you can go over to Patrick's channel, or if you're watching from the LMR, you can go there. It's already scheduled, the live stream. So just hit that notify me button and click the bell notification so that you don't miss it.
Jerry, I am going to fly out of Charleston. I was debating between driving to Charleston or driving to Pittsburgh, and I picked Charleston.
Thank you, William, Dan, Kelly. Thanks for joining us. The Gordy 21. Good night. Have a good night.
Later, Dwayne.
Hey guys.
Good night, Dwayne. Any last
Appreciate
questions? Any last Q&As? I'm starting to rock in my chair, so it's time for me to go
Yeah.
get into the recliner. Any last Q&As? Now be the time. We're about to end it. I see we still have 174 people watching, so there's got to be one or two last Q&As before we go.
Well, thanks everyone for watching. We appreciate you. Thank you very much.
There you go. Drake's got a question for you.
Okay. What is the biggest depth we can cut with our CO2 Galvo layers? Patrick, I'll let you handle that one. Not much.
Depends on what material you're talking about.
Yeah.
I can cut a 1/2-inch acrylic with my 30-watt CO2 Galvo. As far as cutting plywood, I've cut 3 and I've cut 6. I've never tried to cut anything deeper than that or thicker than that.
Yeah, the farther out you go, you're going to have that angled cut anyway because of the mirrors.
Yep. Exactly.
And keep in mind, no matter what laser that you've got, you've only got a throw of a certain distance where the laser is going to be in focus. So without you lowering
I cut the 1/2-inch. I always draw. I'll start at the focus at the top and then run a few passes and then drop it about 1/2 inch or 1/4 inch and then finish the rest.
All right. Dan is asking, should I buy a LaserMATIC now or wait for the Galvo? So that's completely up to you. So the Galvo is designed for speed. Plus it's 40 watts. You know, it's got more power. And it has the new cost technology so that the beam is smaller. And, you know, it's up to you. I am very happy with my LaserMATIC XW, my 30 watt. I don't think that would replace it, even though that one is staying in the other shop. I'll be doing more videos on that and doing more beta testing. These first launch are going to be sort of like betas, get all the bugs out of them and everything else. And hopefully I'll be able to do a lot of that before they actually ship. And, but, as far as Rolly Automation is concerned, you never have to worry about that because anything that does get upgraded, you'll get the upgrade as well. And it should be very easy because, these have clipper-based control boards. So it's going to be much easier to change settings and things like that.
My take on that question is you've only got a couple of weeks.
What question?
So that wait for the Galvo or the LaserMATIC. You only got a couple weeks. Wait and watch the live stream.
Yeah. And I common sense would say no.
No. Yep.
Say absolutely no. There's a lot of technology that's gone into this. There's a lot of milling that's gone into this. There's a lot of new parts, new superior parts. This will be absolutely the best diode laser on the market, bar none. And you saw what happened with the LaserMATIC. Everybody tried to copy it. The minute that LaserMATIC hit the market, the minute that I launched the video on it, companies started scrambling to make a copy of it, to try and make a copy of it, and nobody succeeded at this point. So even now, 20 different lasers later, there's still nobody has duplicated the LaserMATIC. It's still the best diode laser on the market, bar none. So
And it is just going to be a diode. So the X Tool F1 and the Ultra has a fiber laser in it, which
Yeah.
the GalvaMATIC will not have that. It's just going to be a straight diode laser.
yeah, well, we're not going to comment on
No,
that.
somebody's talking about it in the comments. I was just making sure they understood that about the GalvaMATIC.
Yeah. So there will be some new, very interesting announcements that we'll be making on the 27th, but you'll have to wait to hear those because we're not allowed to talk about them yet. But it's absolutely going to blow your mind. If you're, really just interested in the best diode laser on the market, in my opinion, there's nothing better than the LaserMATIC Mark II. Just nothing. The XW would be my choice. That is my favorite machine. I still like the 10 watt, the original, the original LaserMATIC 10 watt. I still love it. I mean, it does a great job. It has really, really super fine engraving, and it cuts well, and it's clean, and it's got the right frequency. Everything about it is just wonderful. If I had lost all my lasers right now and just had the LaserMATIC 10, I'd still be having just as much fun.
If I had a GalvaMATIC sitting right beside this one, I wouldn't get rid of it.
Yeah. No, I'm not getting rid of mine. That's for sure.
No, it would stay.
George, we'll be starting the live stream at 9:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8:00 Central, 6:00 Pacific. So if you go over to my channel, Patrick's channel, Laser Maker's Realm, YouTube channel, it's already posted. Click on the button that says notify me and set the little bell to turn on, and you'll be notified when the stream starts. Some people have asked why, when we start our live stream here, we wait 2 or 3 minutes. Well, the reason for that, we have that starting screen. The reason that we have that is because the minute we click go live, it sends out the notification. So it gives everybody a couple of minutes for their little notification to pop up that we're going live.
Yep.
Okay, everybody. Looks like we got most of the questions answered. We're going to be back in 2 weeks. So I want to thank you all for being here tonight and joining us for our laser live stream. This is the only time that the three of us actually get together during the week. In fact, I don't think we've talked since the last one, have we, guys? At all.
Not too much.
So it's pretty much off the cuff. And don't forget to download those files below. Don't forget to become a channel member to help us keep the channel going. And I want to thank you all for being here tonight. Thank you, Patrick. Thank you, Jeremy.
Thank you, everyone.
We will see you all
Thank you, everybody.
2 weeks. So we'll be back in 2 weeks. Everybody have a great weekend.